What about the two-tire stop for Montoya, Carl?
I think the reason he stopped is not because Brian Patty thought, hey, I'm going to get a big advantage here. I think he was worried that other people saw what they did early. They were going to take 2, and then he was going to be way back. So I think he did it again. But he's still the only guy up there getting 2 tires, and I don't know if it's going to pay off in the long run.
In clean air, you have fallen victim a lot to that.
Yeah, clean air is huge. Montoya will probably get another great start like he did before, and if he's got the clean air, he might have something for him.
Jeff Gordon with him on the front row. We get the restart with 41 to go.
Yeah, but then he's got to turn. I think the guys with the 4 tires are going to be better off when he gets to the corner.
Kurt Busch, Jimmy Johnson right behind. Denny Hamlin on this restart in the 20th position after that tire issue, and there goes Gordon to the inside for the lead.
And Jimmy Johnson's right there, pushing him down on the low side, and those 2 guys are going to smoke through and take the spot away.
It worked for Jeff Gordon. Jimmy Johnson trying to do the same, and Kurt Busch lines up in that inside lane.
3 wide, here we go.
Spread them out and let them race. Kurt Busch on the bottom lane, going to go to second in the running order.
Kyle Busch in the 18 car making some ground down there on the bottom. 24 set sail.
Talked about the situation for Tony Stewart. He is now 25th on the scoreboard. What's the latest on the 11, Marty?
Well, Adam, we found the problem for Denny Hamlin. This is the left rear tire that came off, and if you'll notice, there is no valve stem here. All the air leaked out of the tire. They have no idea how the valve stem came off, but it definitely came off when the 11 team put it on.
Yeah, I guess if anything good out of it, they did it. It happened before they went back green,
and it happened on a yellow pit stop. Look at these guys right at the
3
top.
wide for third. That's Kyle Busch to the inside of Montoya.
Remember all that, give and taken?
Yeah, it's gone.
We're not there anymore.
We're within 40. We're within 40 to go. Yeah. But here they're still 3 wide going into turn 3.
Yeah, Kevin Harvick started 32nd. It's his time of the race. He's back in the top 10 and trying to get around Ryan Newman here. This would put him 6th.
Johnson's lost a lot of spots, and a lot of that has to do with it. He seems to keep finding himself in the center. Uh-oh, we got somebody smoking down there. Is that of the 11 car? Denny Hamlin's got smoke coming out the back.
Oh. And it's that left rear tire again. Hamlin dominated the first half of this race, leading 76 laps.
And he had to have been hit in the left rear corner to knock the valve stem out and to still have a rub.
Yeah, probably a pit lane.
And to still have a rub, because obviously they didn't anticipate the rub.
What's the latest, Marty?
Adam, there is damage on the left rear. Also, that Mike Ford told him, keep going. There is some rubber wrapped around the housing. They think part of that is burn off from that rubber burning off, but there also obviously is a rub as well, guys.
Yeah, and that's a good point. Yeah, now the quarter panel's gone.
There's a lot. There's a lot. Yeah, something definitely contact-wise here somewhere.
Yeah, now the lower quarter panel's gone, and it could be exactly like Mike said. There could be rubber as you blow one of these things or they come apart. It wraps around the housing itself. Lucky sometimes they don't bust a brake line or pull a brake line off.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. riding 12th in this race. He was in the top 10 most of the afternoon.
And just watching the 11 cars, normally when you don't have that fender down, it loosens up the car. He's lost downforce on the car because of that damage, so he's not going to have as good enough car as he had earlier.
And Larry?
Jeff Gordon crosses the stripe. 5 laps remaining at Pocono. His advantage over second place Kurt Busch, 2.6 seconds.
And he's running good lap times, and I think this is where, like I said earlier, Jeff wants to be. As long as he doesn't hit a bunch of traffic, I don't think Kurt can get him.
No, I don't think. Yeah, he's going to have to have a slide for life and check up and have to go again or something like that. But they pretty much maintain this 2.2 to 2.7, 2.8. It really just depends how they get through. Kurt's not really coming like he was for the first few laps after this last pit stop.
You know, early this season, Jeff Gordon able to grab that victory at Phoenix.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people say, wow, this team came to play, new crew chief and Alan Gustafson. And then they kind of had a little bit of a fall off in a 5 or 6 race period. But you know what? They were in the top 5 last week at Kansas. They felt good about themselves. And I think that's really shot some confidence into this team.
Yeah, but you know, last year they started the season strong. And I think Jimmy Johnson won a couple of those races they probably should have won. And you look at it, but you know, these guys, if he can close the deal here, as you look at the 42 and the 17 race here for position, if he can close the deal here, and this will be 2 wins, and that almost assures him of the 11th and 12th spot. He's not in the top 10 in points, so this would be a big boost and a big weight off their shoulders at this time in the season.
You see Montoya, as Kyle alluded to, he's running 7th. Behind him, Matt Kenseth in 8th. Greg Biffle in the screen, but he's not on the lead lap, so he's not competing for position there.
Okay, and just for all you Carl Edwards fans, he is, according to the scoring monitor here, he is back in the race. He was going to get on the Cessna and take his little valve and go home, but he decided not to, I guess.
Cat in the Hat said,
no, give me 4 laps.
Yeah, give me 4 laps.
And probably part of that is just to see if we can fix it, and if we could do this if we got in another race like this. Can we take a head off? Can we put a valve in? Can we go back out and make this thing run?
Less than 3 laps remaining at Pocono. Jeff Gordon came by the start-finish line last time. His lead 2.5 seconds over Kurt Busch. Kyle Busch in 3rd. Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick complete the top 5. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is 6th, and right here we continue to watch the battle for 7th. Montoya has that spot, and Matt Kenseth, who today started this race 27th, trying to take it away from him. Denny Hamlin 19th, still on the lead lap. He's led more laps than anyone today, 76, but he had a couple of issues about 40 laps ago that have taken him out of contention.
I don't think Matt's going to pass him getting off the corner, because he doesn't have much grip getting off the corner.
Out in front of him, Jeff Gordon just went across the start-finish line. 2 laps remaining.
I mean, 17's looking for any grip he can, but he's just really, really loose getting off the corner.
Talk about Jeff Gordon and ensuring himself a spot in the chase via the wild card. He was 13th entering today, and 11th is where he is in the standings as we run, so he may not even need the wild card in these victories. If he continues to perform like this, he will be inside the top 10 and locked in automatically. Gordon across turn 3, and he will see the white flag when he comes down the 3,700-foot straightaway here at Pocono.
All right, man. Here it is. White flag.
Fans already cheering Jeff Gordon. And the resume for this guy, incredible when it comes to the Sprint Cup Series. Today would be his 84th career win.
Puts him in some pretty good company right there, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. How about Darrell Waltrip and Bobby Allison for 3rd on the all-time list?
It's amazing.
Jeff Gordon not worried about the history books. He's worried about another championship. And today, taking a huge step in the right direction. Get out the checkered flag and display it for Jeff Gordon. His 5th career win here at Pocono coming this afternoon.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Numbers here, bud. Let's get them. Nice going, boys. You're the best. Awesome, awesome, awesome day. Well, now we're in the pits, man. Way to go.
Jeff Gordon getting the victory. He thanks his pit crew, and now the boys able to celebrate themselves. Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick make up the top 5. Dale Earnhardt Jr. hangs on to 6th. Montoya able to keep the 7th position in front of Matt Kenseth, Ryan Newman, and Martin Truex Jr. rounding out the top 10. I told you Carl Edwards was back on track. He does come across the start-finish line. 37th is where he finished, 141 laps down. NASCAR on TNT back at the Pocono Raceway. You know, this morning we had fog here. You couldn't see around this racetrack. The only visual impairment after the race, the smoke from Jeff Gordon's victorious burnout. It never gets old when you win at this level. And if you don't believe me, just watch the four-time champion celebrate his second win of the year. Gordon has found his way to victory lane, and so is Marty Snyder.
And we'll let him climb out and have the celebratory moment. Jeff Gordon, an impressive and very quiet run to the front for Jeff Gordon today. And he says, bring it on. Bring on all the liquid you can throw at me. Gets a hug from and a kiss from his daughter, Ella. Jeff, a top 5 last week at Kansas. You better get your eyes cleared out there. It's been a long time since you've had beer in your eyes, huh? Top 5 at Kansas, win this week. What's changed in the last 2 weeks?
Oh my goodness, just, you know, a lot of hard work, you know, has gone into this. I mean, we were embarrassed by the way we were running, and when I came, you know, on board with Alan and his group, I knew that they were special and amazing, and you know, Phoenix came a little sooner than we thought, but you know, I felt like we could do that this year. And then we went on a streak where we just weren't competitive. And you know what it takes is a team that believes in you and that you believe in them, and you work together to get there. And that's what we did today. You know, we just never gave up. Awesome race car, awesome pit stops. Got to thank DuPont, AARP, and Drive to End Hunger, Pepsi. Of course, the fans. I mean, the fans are just amazing here. And welcome TNT. This is a great way to get started.
We're good to kick it off. Glad to kick it off with you. 2 wins now. Do you feel like you're locked in the chase?
No, you know, there's too much racing left to go. You got guys like Hamlin that are really strong, and a bunch of other ones, you know, that can ease up. Biffle, you know, there's guys that can win multiple races. But
you feel better about it, though, right?
I feel a lot better about it. That's for darn sure. And man, I'm just so excited to be a part of this sport. I mean, I'm gonna be 40 this year, and
old man now, Jeff.
And you know, to have Ella and say hi to Leo at home, and my wife Inger. This is just an amazing experience to experience this with my family. I just hadn't had a chance to do that. Even when I won at Phoenix, you know, they were missing. The kids were missing anyway. So this is awesome. And thanks Sprint for everything they do too.
You know, the only problem with this, real quick, you drove here this week. You got to drive for the rest of the year now to the racetrack.
Well, I always drive to Pocono. I enjoy that, and if I could drive to more tracks, you know, if they're close enough, I would. I drive to Martinsville, and you know what? I love that little 2-hour drive. If I can make it happen, whether I'm in New York or Charlotte, and it's very relaxing. And you know what? The most relaxing thing was having a race car like that with these guys behind me. That was awesome. Congrats to Alan, and say hi to Rick too. I know he's at home watching. This is awesome. Thank you.
Very happy, Jeff Gordon in victory lane, as you can tell, Adam.
Marty, the relaxing drive of the weekend on his way to the track. The most enjoyable drive, the one he just made into victory lane. Gordon gets it today at Pocono. Here are those that finished behind him. Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, second and third. Johnson, Harvick round out the top 5. Good top 10s today for Dale Jr., Ryan Newman, Martin Truex Jr. also getting there.
How about Newman finishing 9th, and we went to commercial showing him smoking one time, and still hangs in there and finishes.
Menard ended up 14th. Regan Smith in the top 15 again. Greg Biffle ended up 27th, had that spin late, one of many issues for him. Ambrose had problems. 34th is where he was in the final tally. There you see the point leader, Carl Edwards, in 37th. Let's hear from the runner-up, Kurt Busch, with Chris Neville.
Well, from California to Dover, it was tough times for Kurt Busch, only one top 10. But Kurt, it looks like you guys have really turned the team around.
It's great to run this good with the Shell Pennzoil Dodge. You know, congratulations to Jeff Gordon. The old Golden Boy had it in him today. He ran strong and ran good, and we gave it everything we had with our Dodge. And it's all about teamwork when you got to work from the back up.
Congrats on the second place.
Thanks a lot.
Kyle Busch with an outstanding third-place run here today. Coming into this race, you did a lot of work to get yourself prepped for this, watching videos and talking with your crew. You really ran an outstanding race today. You must be very happy with the performance, I would think.
Yeah, we ran a solid day. That's all we could ask for. You know, the M&M's Camry was good. I can't say enough about Joe Gibbs Racing and the way we all communicated with each other, and especially Mike Ford and Denny Hamlin, those guys, for giving us the help and leading in a direction that we need us to go. I can't thank him enough for that, and giving us a good piece to come out here with, and Dave for putting, you know, everything else aside and going with it. You know, he's a strong-willed person, and he did a great job by being able to do that. And can't say enough about these guys. Again, we had a great car. M&M's Camry was good, and wish we could have got up there and battled a little bit better on the long runs, but seemed like we were, about a third, fourth place car.
Total team effort got Kyle Busch to third here today.